Hey Jess,
Hey, Carrie.
how are you?
I'm good. How about you? How's it going?
It's going well. It's going like there's a lot in the world and things are generally okay for me, so that's
That's
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is episode 9? Is that right?
Holy cow. Yeah. Wow.
It's
That's fun.
9. Yeah.
It is 9.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad we keep going with this and we've got some good suggestions for today, so I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to diving in, but in the
Yeah.
meantime, just how are you in general? What's been happening?
Oh, I'm okay. I think I won't get into it, but like when I logged on, you saw I had hit some chaos at work. But outside of that, have no complaints,
Cool.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yep, I'm back in Canada and
Mhm.
it's for me this is like a place that I call it slow living, like inspired by the slow food movement where
Yeah.
you have to take your time with things. It
Yes. Yes.
so I'm kind of in that mode and also on hiatus now. So
Yeah, I was
I
just to say this is technically your vacay month, you know,
yeah, yeah,
which is good.
time of rejuvenation, but it takes me a while to even get into it. I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
I'm not there fully yet.
Yeah, it probably takes you a bit for it to sink in.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And Jim was here last week, so it's different because he was on vacation and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
it's I get it.
yeah, it's a different vibe when
Yeah.
he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about irks and quirks.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Do you have one you want to share? Do you want me to share first?
Well, if you have one, you can share first.
Yeah, I'll share an irk
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
Um, my irk is personal self-criticism and how we have this, and I have this tendency to just focus on the one little thing that was wrong and not the many things that went well. Like
Mm. I
just
would say that's probably
how we focus on the fuck up.
yes.
And I'm wondering already if that could be a title for this episode.
It
Uh,
is a thing.
yeah, it irks me when I do it because I we had a gig with a band that we used to be in. It was
Yeah.
like a one-off final show, this is it kind of thing. And I heard a little bit of a recording from it, and all I could focus on was the one note that I wasn't hitting. Like,
Of course you did. No one
of
you.
course I did. And it was just like, that's all I could hear. And
Yeah.
all the other notes were fine, or pretty much fine, but
You
this
zoned on
one
that,
note,
just that one. Yeah.
just that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're like that. I've often wondered if it's because back in when we were, living on the land, uh,
Yep.
that you had to focus on your mistakes to survive,
Oh,
maybe.
I totally think it's survival
Yeah.
instinct.
It's because it's like why? Because we all do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you miss all these positive things that we do? Or, like but then it's like take one little negative thing like that and we discount the whole experience.
I think it's one part nature like that. It's survival instinct. It's hardwired into our DNA for survival. But I also think it's another part nurture, that, if we're always seeing perfection
Yeah.
as right or correct, or the thing that we do to not get punished
Mm-hmm.
or ostracized or any of those things, like no wonder we focus on the negative, the thing that wasn't quite
Correct.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I brought this up in the past for irks and quirks for me is but it's probably because I've been on a self-care kick. So I've been, like eating anti-inflammatory. I'm doing all these healthy things. So I'm
Hmm.
following all these different, I don't know, I guess you'd call them influencers and in group pages. But I'm following some doctors, and it's still one of my main irks is these people.
Hmm. Yeah.
Some are doctors, some are just personal trainers. It's mostly personal trainers that
Hmm.
are shaming people for losing
Oof.
weight using tools, whether it's bariatric surgery or because I'm in all these groups or the GLPs and I think it's similar to what you were talking about is like they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't, even though they're
Yeah.
making effort. Um, so I guess my irk, it's a big irk, is kind of that type of cruelty in the
Mm.
world, is seeing that cruelty because it's not just for I'm using that as an example like whether it's people with weight loss. I just happen to be in those groups right now so that
Mhm.
but I see it in so many other areas. I used to see it in mom groups,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
when I was in mom groups or I think I'm tired of that whole belittling or um
Comparison, competition, like,
yeah, and like it's it just I think it's shaming people
hmm
for
hmm
things, for many different things. It's like cut it out. Like we
Yeah,
really
I used to,
should be helping each other right now. Like we're if anything, we're our world's in a shit show. We're in it together. Like and
yeah,
we really need to cut people down, make people feel worse or so similar. It's because I see that on that collective level.
sure.
My other irk, which is a silly irk,
Go for it.
is I'm short. I'm like 5'1",
Yeah.
maybe, is that they never make the sun visor low enough in the vehicles for me.
Oh,
That my husband just bought me an extender so I can
awesome.
actually, but it was like I'm like, why are things not made for short people? You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have my own filter, like misogyny filter on that question too.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
who are they designing cars for? They're not designing them for
I'm
women that
like, this
don't
is
think
a Forester, a Subaru Forester. Who's going to drive those, right? Primarily women. You know what I mean? Or, but you're right. It is, there's a lot of that. Like that has been coming up for me too lately. Is the misogyny still in the world? Like I think I was ruminating a bit on what I encountered in my years in retail and the corporate world.
hmm
And then we've come a long way, but we haven't come far enough.
Sure. Yeah.
It's still,
Well,
and some of it's gone backwards. Like, yeah.
yeah, I
So
was
those
just
are
about to say the
the
same
big
thing.
irks for me lately. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it that type of it was so strange too, like that shaming, but it was like hidden under a compliment or hidden under
Oh
some
yeah,
good
that makes it
advice. Like
even.
in the coaching community, I had to
Yeah.
get out of some of those collective communities
Yeah.
because I found them to be so toxic.
Yeah, there's one that I'm in now that I think I'm gonna get out of. I've been
Hmm.
in it. I don't know why. Somebody think added it to me and I stayed in it because there's a lot of people I know in it. And it's the
Sure.
same thing. I'm just like, I can't. Um, it probably leads into some of the topics we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
today that I see in there is some of that shaming. I call it or new age guilt, new age shame.
Yes.
Um, so
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I think I've had it with this. I'm over it. Like, because I had to question, like, are you being judgy, Jess?
Yeah.
As I'm reading the comments or questions in there, and then I'm like, no, this is just out. They're just being mean, and
Yeah.
they're covering it up with a love and light fuck you,
Right?
because
Yeah.
that means fuck you sometimes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, it's like bless your heart. That phrase, bless your heart down south.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Oh,
namaste.
I'm in
Yeah.
with those arcs. Yeah.
So I think that might be one of my tasks today is just leaving that group maybe.
Oh, I'm with you on that. I'm cheering you on. Leave
Yeah.
the group. Leave the group. Leave the group.
It's like I've got like you, I've left a lot of them. I'm not really, I find that they're worse than the town groups sometimes.
Depends on the town.
The town groups are entertaining at times for some of them, but it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, so how about a quirk?
a quirk. I'm trying to think.
I've got one if you want me to go.
Okay, you go. Yeah.
I am loving, like, this whole thing is giving me life. The deflock movement. Are you
The
familiar
deep
with
block,
this?
yes.
The people, the people who are posting about like dismantling the flock cameras or,
Yeah,
and I love the way they're framing it. They're saying things like, it would be terrible. It would just be horrible if you sprayed this certain spray on your license plate so that flock cameras can't read it. It would
right.
be
Like,
horrible. Or like they're giving a very detailed tutorial on what to wear and how to
yeah,
cut down these flock cameras. And they're like, it would be terrible if you did this specific thing. Like, don't do this
I,
specific thing. It's giving me so much
I
joy.
think I'm gonna have to look at that because I was just talking about the flock cameras with my husband yesterday,
Yeah.
and then it's been in because they're in Swansea, so there's people in the Swansea group's been going nuts with it. So that I will have
Well,
to look at because I like that kind of stuff because
yeah. Yeah.
it
And there is a website where you can see where all of them are. Like
oh, yeah,
it's sort of like remember Ice Out, the
yes. I
website
was
that
just gonna say that's kind of what
people
it
were
reminds me of.
submitting, yeah, people were submitting information about where, and it's still ongoing, about
Yeah.
where ice is, ice activity. And now there's one that's specific to these flock cameras. So I'll
Hmm.
put that in the show notes,
Yeah.
that website.
I I'm trying to that is a fun one. I'm thinking
Yeah.
of some of my silly quirks I have. There is one which is a kind of a goofy quirk is that I'm in this group that is about it's about things you find at Aldi's.
Oh, tell me
And I
more.
don't know, I just find the group very entertaining. It's one of those things that like I'll go check what's in it, just because it's like helps you not take life so seriously. Because people
Uh-huh.
post, like somebody went shopping and bought a shirt, say, and they posted a picture of it, and she's like, my husband said it looks like I should work at Aldi's. Like the shirt was all the Aldi's colors. So sometimes it's just funny, but some of it are the odd things that you find in the miscellaneous aisle at Aldi's.
I
Like
have
like
never been to an Aldi's. So
oh,
what is
it's
like?
funny because it's like one person bought like a pool that to be like it was like they had this set up in their backyard or there's like
Uh-huh.
random things in that aisle and some of them are goofy and funny. So
Can it
it's
be
one
like Ocean State Job Lot?
all these is smaller. It's like it's a grocery store.
Hmm.
So they kind of have their own name brand. They don't carry a lot of name brand stuff because they carry their own. So it's a discount. But
Hmm.
they're a lot of people shop there because you save money. But then they have this aisle that's like I would say is like a small Ocean State job lot-ish aisle. That's random. It's random. Like there's no rhyme or reason of what's there. You could be there today and go back tomorrow, and it might not be there.
Wow.
It's like it's always rotating, and people post it, and then it shows like what people have done with these weird. I don't know. I have fun in that, and I also like the awkward family photos group.
Okay, we'll find these and put them in the
I'll
show
have to
notes.
post a link.
Yes.
The awkward family photo group I love because it's just like it has people with their family photos from like the 80s and the 90s.
Ooh, those were
I,
so bad.
and they were just bad and just like the glamour shots or
Very cringy too. Like the
it,
family poses were really
oh yeah.
cringy.
Oh yeah. Like that one today, it was this little girl, it was her birthday, and it was like her grandfather, no, it was her grandfather's birthday, and they're hugging and his cake is there and he's like smoking a cigarette and the ashes
Falling
like
in the cake.
in the picture. Yeah, it was like
Ooh.
so yeah, it's like the stuff that so those are my weird quirks that don't really add what I would say. I shouldn't say they don't add value because they add humor to my life.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean. Like they're healthy distractions is how I look at it.
Yeah, and I think this actually is a good segue into one of the questions that we
Oh,
got from
yes.
somebody because we got input and we love
Yeah.
input. We
We do.
So
Thank you,
this,
everyone, all your
yeah,
input.
so this episode, we've got like several, you know, suggestions for what we could talk about, and we'll try to get through all of them. We've got four in particular, but Barbara had asked, what are specific ways you two use to get out of your heads? Do you have
Mhm.
fun things to do, crafts, hobbies, dance parties? What helps you connect to the other side of your brain at the end of the day? I think we've just we've just
Some of
shared a
it,
few.
yeah. Yes.
But just shifting gears, like I think that's probably my main answer to the question, though, is to deliberately shift gears. If you're talking about the end of the day, how do you get out of your head? I think it's really good to have a ritual of how you're shifting gears. And I
Yeah.
know working from home, that can be tough, but the
Hmm.
more you can make it into a regular routine and have some like go-to things to help you do that, I think that was the first time thing that came to mind for me.
Yeah. Like I, as you mentioned, I know for me, like during the week, especially because I might be going from here to home, or
Hmm.
I might have taught, or maybe I'm doing administrative work, whatever, but it is a conscious shift of
Hmm.
like, okay, because I'm an entrepreneur, as you have seen, we can have a hard time setting it aside. So it's like
Yeah,
a conscious, like I'm setting this aside and I will pick this back up tomorrow. And then
right.
I will go into my other things that I do, right? And like you're saying. So
Yeah.
I do have my routines.
So what are some of the routines that you have? Like I think Barbara's also asking for some specific
Yeah.
suggestions.
And
What are
I
some of
have
yours?
different things, like routine wise would be more of what I would call not mundane, but it's gonna be starting to do those habits of like food prep.
Yeah.
Because those are just things that kind of do shut my mind off and shift me away, or
Hmm.
might be walking, going for a walk, or um, even feeding the cats. Like all those are my mundane
Yeah.
routines. But some of it is reading,
Hmm.
because I tend to really, since I was a kid, reading was I could live in the what I'm reading, if that makes
Sure.
sense. And
Hmm.
so I do a lot of that. I
Hmm.
uh, I do go into those silly groups.
Yes. I think of it as defrag. When I'm on social media, my social media is really well curated, and
Yes,
so
yeah.
it is a place for me to defrag for sure.
Yeah, because it's not so much, there's a difference between that and I would say just scrolling,
Like doom
yeah,
scrolling kind of thing.
that is not good for me. I mean, if I catch myself starting, because that you can see how it hooks you from one, like if you send me a video of Jimothy, then there's 10 videos of Jimothy.
Yeah, and
You
then there's the video of like the new baby giraffe, the
The baby
cesarean.
giraffe, yes, yes. Or Jimothy's father.
I saw Timothy's father.
Yeah,
Yes.
his name's Danny DeVito. So apparently he's a shorty too. But it's like there's some of that, but I'm actually would like to have more crafty, like because Barbara's a crafty person and I know you have
Okay.
some crafts, like you're doing your permaculture.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's some stuff like that I'm looking to get back into, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the things that you said are also things that I do. Like the things that help me shift gears are often at the end of the day cooking. Um,
Hmm.
that'll help me shift gears. The what I need to do with the creatures, that'll help me shift gears. Also being deliberate about like turning off my work phone, things like
Yes.
that,
Yep.
or
Yep.
turning off the ringer on things, the
Hmm.
practical things that can help. But I was thinking about, oh, I actually have different things that help me like get out of my head,
Yep.
depending on the time of year. So this time of year, it's more physical activity, so hiking, kayaking, doing
Yep.
things that have to do with off-grid living here, like
Yep.
getting in my body in
Yep.
those, I don't know, sort of outside, outdoors kind of ways.
Hmm.
That always helps me. And when it's wintertime, though, I tend to do a lot less of that. I'm certainly not
Yeah.
kayaking in the winter. So it's
Hmm.
more like keeping my hands busy. So when I'm working with clay, that helps me a lot. Um, it's a creative outlet. It keeps my hands moving. I like to think of keeping the hands busy, but also I find having some kind of educational pursuit that doesn't have anything to do with my work
Yep.
is nice for me. As you mentioned, like I'm studying permaculture right now. It doesn't
Hmm.
have anything to do with my work. I mean, philosophically, I could see the connection.
Right. Right. But it's something that's for you. You're not
Yeah,
doing it for work or it's something that you're intrigued in,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like getting into my body. So, cooking does it because I'm moving my hands. Hiking and kayaking do
Mhm.
it. Clay does it. It's very physical art. Um, but sometimes it's like not taking my brain's advice
Yes. Yeah.
because my brain will tell me to keep working.
Mine too. Yeah. That's like it'll do it. That was one thing I forgot was like going in a yoga class,
Hmm.
Pilates, because my brain might be like, you got work to do, you should skip it.
Right.
Like you got to finish this or and
Hmm.
um and then I don't listen to that anymore because it's like
Yeah.
no, because I'm a better person after
Well,
after yoga. It
and
quiets
I think,
everything and
and
yeah.
it's not, I feel like it's not just making me a better person, it's also making me better at my work. Because if
Yes,
my life is out of balance, my work's going to be shit.
correct. Yeah, so I feel like it puts things more into perspective, you
Hmm.
know, like something I might say I'm working on something, or
Hmm.
kind of like that problem I had when we talked before
Right.
we record feels very urgent to me. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with it, but is it urgent right this second? Like, is it gonna
Right.
matter if I deal with that tomorrow or, um, like, and I can feel as I'm talking, settling in that it's like, there's gonna be a solution.
Sure.
Like somehow. So
Yeah.
so then you come down, like I think, like for Barbara, I guess in a way, even this is a way,
Sure.
like a podcast and thinking about the
Uh-huh.
podcast would be, like I do like yoga. When I come out of yoga, I'm a lot more relaxed and it's palpable. Like at
Hmm.
Pilates on Wednesday, I'm much more like I use the word I'm a better person. I'm a happier, I'm more peaceful.
Yeah.
And this is this is quieter. Um,
Hmm.
you know, my mind tends to get busy. I don't know about you. My mind gets busier in the morning than at night. Some
I
people
feel
are the
like
opposite.
I have an equal opportunity brain. It can get busy anytime. It doesn't have any trouble at all.
I'm not saying it's not active at night. I just find it's I tend to I don't know what I've always been like that. It tends to rev up in the morning,
In
I
the
guess.
morning. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Now that you've brought it
Yeah.
up, I'll have to pay attention to that and see if there is a difference for me. But one of the things that I'll also mention is to a lot of my students, one of the things I'd assign to them is to create a get happy list. And if you have trouble making that shift, if it isn't automatic for you, to actually make a list of things that I mean, Get Happy was really about shifting from out of negative energy into positive, but it can
Hmm.
also be like, what do I enjoy listening to? What helps me feel like I'm shifting gears? Like, is it looking at certain things? Like, involve your senses. Is it something that I taste, smell, what helps me to shift gears and then deliberately plug those things in and make a list of them so that if you're having trouble, you can just
Yep.
like look at your list and go, "Oh, I can I can
Mhm.
light this candle. This helps me." Or I can
Yeah.
burn this incense.
Yeah.
That helps me. Or I can listen to this playlist. That helps me shift gears to make it a deliberate practice, but it's practice, so you get into
It
the
is
habit of it.
interesting because I have some, I call those mundane but important things like at home, like I don't feel complete if I don't light my candle at night.
There you go. Yeah,
It's like, so I do that. Yes. The candle, or I do have incense or things, but yeah, yeah, the cats are a big,
sure. Yeah.
uh, like it might just be snuggling and doing stuff for him, but it's there. As much as I love my dogs, the cats create some type of a unique routine for me.
Yeah.
So, like you're saying, yeah, it is important though when whether it's not just entrepreneurs like us. I mean, some people
No.
just have type A brains, you know. Um,
And I think
I,
there's sort of an adrenaline like channel you can get hooked into during the workday and
yes,
to deliberately step away from that channel is a
because
good idea.
it is like that, like adrenaline junkie, because
Hmm.
it's like ooh, you know. But then
Yeah, it
yeah,
can be
like
exciting.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
So hope that helps, Barbara, giving you some ideas. Let us know if you need more input from us. We always want to hear from you. You are, our most consistent suggester, Barbara,
Yes.
and you're so good at it. Thank you so much. And that kind of segues into Laura's question. She
Mhm.
was suggesting that we talk about managing our time and energy. She said it's the biggest challenge in my business, a lifelong journey with this one for sure. So I think part of what we were just talking about kind of applies to this. But
Mhm.
specifically, when I think of managing time and energy in my business, I remember specifically I was, at the time, I was working for a veterinarian. I had another job working for a publisher. I was pet sitting. I was still doing some work with horses. And I had a like bathing people's pets in their homes kind of business too. Like
Oh, I
I'd go,
didn't
I'd
know that.
yeah, I'd go, I'd bring the towels, I'd bathe the dog, bathe the cat, and
Yeah,
get out of there.
yeah.
Uh, and I remember I had been exercising some horses at the farm, and then I had to go and bathe this guiding eye dog, big lab. And
Hmm.
I had scheduled it like down to the minute. And it was so stressful because I hit traffic and I was going to be a few minutes late. And that was going to have a domino effect on everything
Yep.
else that I
With no
had.
breathing room, no
It was
breathing room.
horrible. And that was the moment that I finally realized, like, oh, I need to estimate my time differently.
Yep, yep.
And the trick for me has been, and ever since that moment, I've tried to do this, I overestimate my time by a
Hmm.
lot. Like if I think it's going to take me 20 minutes, I might estimate it to be 30 or 40 minutes.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
I mean, on
yeah.
some level, I do that too because it's because of everything as you see here. Like if
Hmm.
it's either a session or I'm
Right.
teaching or I'm going in like 5 minutes can throw just even 5 minutes running over. That's throws you into a tailspin. It's not comfortable.
And also, it's like a domino effect on the rest of the day. If it's
Yes, to
five,
everything that you have, everything you've got going on.
yeah.
I get that. Yeah, and it's not comfortable for us
No.
either, because then you're worried or you're just like trying to.
Well, yeah, and for me that goes into it being out of alignment with my values, out of alignment with my integrity.
Yeah.
I think of these time commitments that I have with people as agreements. And
Yes.
that makes me feel like
Yeah,
I'm out of alignment with my agreements, and that
I
is a
get.
shitty feeling to me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Yeah, the time, like she mentioned, Laura mentioned that it was something she's trying to master, or
Hmm.
I forgot her exact words, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, because I realized too, well, I think of a long time ago when I had a corporate job. I mean, corporate jobs are, I'm sure, completely different now than when I was there because
Yeah.
they have the same influences we have in business with the 24/7 email, text. They didn't have that when I was there. So even though
Right.
you still had lots of work, when you left, it stayed at work. You know what I mean? So some of those boundaries were imposed on you in in a good way when you look back. So granted that you could still overwork, but with entrepreneur, I find it's a lot. One, it's your baby,
Yeah.
right? It's your baby. Um, it's it's your creative juices. It's all of that. So it's the lines get blurred on person for especially that's how I feel. I've blurred the lines where
Yeah. Me too.
it's
Yeah.
and
when it's something that's your calling, that it's
mhm,
your baby, it's your calling. And when I know Laura, so I know that her business is definitely her baby.
yeah.
She's extremely passionate about it. And I could see how it could get a little out of hand.
Yeah, yeah, I've gotten out of hand.
I've been out of hand so many times I can't
Been out of hand. Sometimes I
remember.
have to make that, I have to actually state it. I have to
Yes.
state it out loud to whether, not just to myself, people in my life, like I have gotten out of hand with my
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
this was I don't know what I was thinking, but this week was not a good week because I badly mismanaged my time, or I've done that, and then, yeah,
Yeah, and I've done it and caught it
yeah,
in advance. So one
yeah,
of the things I had to get used to was like if I looked at my calendar and then went like, "Oh, what the fuck did I do with
yeah,
scheduling this week?" I'll get proactive on it and ask for rescheduling with people.
yeah,
Like I'll ask for things to get shuffled around so that it opens up that time.
yeah.
Um, I mean, sometimes it's not possible for certain things, but I've been surprised at how often I can make a few little rejiggering things in my schedule and it makes a huge difference.
It's like this week I haven't dealt with it yet, but I'm yesterday my whole family went to the back eddy, and
Uh-huh.
my brother and sister-in-law are going to Chicago. So my daughter's staying with my niece, and then I find out they're going to Salem on
Hmm.
Friday for the day. And I'm like, I really want to go to Salem. And my
Wouldn't, yeah.
daughter's like, well, why don't you come with us? And I'm like thinking, I'm like, well, I have clients. And she's like, well, aren't you the boss? And I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
am the
Duh.
boss. Like it's so and I'm like, yeah, I can because I am the boss. I can move it around and go, you know.
So are
So
you going?
yeah, but I gotta move it. But yeah, it's like I
Sure.
want to go. Why wouldn't I
Yeah.
go? You
Yeah.
know, it's so yeah, I mean sometimes it's stuff like that. And but yeah, I think the thing I know for me as an entrepreneur is it kind of ties in even Barbara's thing. Like I do quiet my mind for bed,
Yeah.
but it could be like I'm asleep and then it's like 1 a.m. and it's like, aha, like
Yes.
I have this great
Uh-huh.
idea. And and then you want to kind of it doesn't always come at the times you need it to come. It's
Oh.
coming up, when you set those boundaries for yourself.
Well, and I
So
think that that's another part of the being my own boss thing is that I can allow myself to have those moments of
yeah,
like, I can have this great inspiration in the middle of the night and give myself permission to roll with it
yeah,
as long as I then rejigger things in the rest of my week so that I'm not
yeah.
like,
You need to balance it, like because that
exactly.
I know that's where I get into trouble is then if you don't create the balance, you overdo it.
Yeah. And
I
it's
do,
so,
I do, I do.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's this quote from, the way it was, I heard it credited was to Juliet de Berkeley Levy, uh,
Hmm.
famous herbalist. And she would say, everything in moderation, even moderation. And so I like that as like in my business, in my life, keep it moderated, but then even moderation needs a timeout every once in a while to have this like
Yeah.
fantastic idea, like up in the middle of the night can be incredibly invigorating. You just can't let
Sometimes
it
it,
tip the whole life over.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a good idea. It managed to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I know for me, it's just more of like knowing when I need to really keep those boundaries up for
Yeah.
myself because I need them,
Yeah.
because the person who usually breaks my boundaries are me.
Me. Yeah. Always. Yeah. I'm the one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like,
So I think to boil it down, it's like boundaries, 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 you know, between
mhm,
really like when are we setting social media aside? When are we turning off the phone? Like compartmentalizing work and business, but
mhm,
also like overestimating time, overestimating and the energy cost of things. That was
yes,
another moment for me. I think I've mentioned it before in this podcast where I had I had been at an event, like leading an event all day, and I came home and just something triggered me. And I ended
yeah,
up like hurling a water jug across the front lawn because I hadn't planned appropriately for defragging after that,
yeah, yeah.
and I didn't have enough recovery time. Like now I know, like I have to schedule recovery time after big
That,
events.
that's actually a good point. Like even, yeah, like the retreat. It was
Hmm.
last year I had recovery time, but the year before it was like I think we came back on a Sunday and I went back on the day
Ooh.
after and I was too raw.
Yeah. Yeah, I know my work's not going to be good if I do that.
Yeah, and then it appears to me at the time that it's an oversight when it's like, but you did it.
What
You
what do
know,
you mean?
meaning it was my own oversight. I should have known better. Should have
Oh,
caught
but
that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's
but we don't know better until we learn it.
right. And but yes, like so if I teach a weekend intensive,
Yeah.
like I have to now make sure I'm cognizant that I take the Monday off because I'm
Yeah.
useless.
Yeah.
So it's and I think too it's as an entrepreneur, well there are times where you've called it the fuck off card.
Yes.
Throw out there are days where it's just like I have tons to do. I'm not going to do anything. Um,
Yep.
because
Yeah,
I'm not
I
yeah,
there are times when I need to like when I've just had too much that
correct.
I need to really have like big time off. And that's where these hiatus months for me came
Yep,
from was that I do well in this bizarre schedule that I have.
it works
Um,
for you. Yeah,
it does. It
yeah.
does. But like to find your own version of what's going to work for you and keep
Mhm.
learning and letting it evolve. But boundaries are important.
It's boundaries. It's and I call it well, the other thing I guess I would call this a symptom of when I'm not managing my time well, meaning if I'm overworking myself, then I start
Yeah.
to be, then it's like self-sabotage behaviors start to show up that
Oh, yeah.
I start to procrastinate or
Yep.
I waste time.
Yep.
Um, does that make sense? Like
Oh, so many
it's
bad
you have to
behaviors come
laugh
in.
at yourself because sometimes it's just so ludicrous that I'm just like, look at you, you're like a brat right now. Like you're
That's where it's helpful too to have like
Mhm.
entrepreneurial friends or peers that you can
Yeah.
say this shit out loud to because people who have never been in business for themselves won't get it. Not really.
No, they don't. And also like the different types of businesses,
Yes.
like it's
Hmm.
I mean some people I like I'm in in an energy business. Yeah, I'm in
Right?
a spiritual business, but you are too. But as you know,
Yeah.
when you work with clients all day or if I'm teaching, it's a different level of fatigue than
Absolutely.
than administrative operational work.
Yeah.
But not everybody understands the difference.
No, there's a huge, huge energetic difference.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's big. It's big. I find not in a negative way, but I am more exhausted
Yet when
after
you're
keeping
holding the space
yeah,
and energy for other people, it's not
yeah.
just your own energy you're managing like the
Oh
space for
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. And so it's like being mindful of that. And of course, when we're entrepreneurs, like, look at that with for you, your business or for spiritual finance or for the sole purpose or um I mean it's on us. I don't mean that in a
Yes.
bad way, but like
Yeah.
it's created because of us.
Yeah.
So, and it needs us. So it's just finding I kind of use those gauges, like if I'm fucking around too much, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like I'm not
Yeah.
those behaviors, or if I start to feel one of my big gauges is starting to feel resentful of the business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and when I get there, I force myself to step back and take time off, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
another one of my indicators is I think of it as I wear different hats in my business. So
yeah,
there's the part of me that's the boss, there's the part of me that's the practitioner, there's the part of me that is the worker. And if the workers are threatening to go on strike or they're already on
yeah,
strike, I know things are way out of whack.
yep. It's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, just sometimes it's puts it into perspective. Like, you're
sure.
not gonna accomplish anything if there's an empty cup, so to speak. Like I
Yeah.
have to be able to recoup
Yeah.
energy. So I
Yeah.
think also it is being mindful and aware of the part that you've brought up as an entrepreneur is a bit of that adrenaline junkie.
Yeah. You have to manage it. There's only so much adrenaline in the tank and you need to balance
Right.
that
Yeah,
out.
and then before you feel, fried or
Yeah.
um
Resentful.
yeah, yeah. And I know that when I feel resentful, it's wrong because if anything, it's me.
Yeah.
It's my choices or it's me. So because there are
Yeah.
times like as an entrepreneur, you're willing to put in the extra time
Yeah.
to
And sometimes
because
very
you
happy
enjoy
to.
it. Yeah, like it's like, oh, this will pay off. But yeah, it's really being in tune because yeah, there's the balance as we see, there's the entrepreneurs that overdo it. I'll
Hmm.
just use, and then there's the entrepreneurs, it's more
Uh-huh. Yep.
and not that one's better than the other, it's different. So it's
Hmm.
more of like, you know, it's
If you
my
want it to be a
livelihood.
business, yeah, if you want it
Yeah,
to be a business, it can't act like a hobby.
correct.
Uh, and you need to act like a business owner, not a
Correct.
hobbyist. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I see sometimes too that balance gets in the way. Like if I
Hmm.
could see where I fell into that. Not so much a hobbyist. I don't know that I was ever a hobbyist.
No, I never saw that.
But when I got out of banking to go into this world, there was this part of me though that was looking forward to having a more peaceful career.
Mm,
Just I laugh. It's like, oh,
right.
um, I think sometimes my higher self had to trick me, to get in.
Sure.
But
It'll be peaceful. It'll be
yeah,
calm.
I think, well, I was burnt out by
Sure.
when I look back banking world or the corporate world, I was really burnt out.
Yeah.
At the time I got out was right before everything crashed in the mortgage market, and we were really burnt. Everybody I knew was burnt out in the field, so I was happy to get out of it. And so when I look back and how I pursued the business versus how it's evolved over time,
Yeah.
I did have to learn on my feet too what being an entrepreneur required of me. if that, to
Yeah, I
make
think I think people
business.
come into it often with these rose-colored glasses. They look at
Yeah,
other people's businesses from what they can see, but what you see of
correct.
a business is just the tip of the iceberg of what actually happens within a business. And
So I think that's what I was trying to say is like, yeah, I didn't go into it as a hobbyist. That probably wasn't the right word to use, but it was, but I don't know. Yeah, I really didn't have a clue what a thriving, growing business would end up requiring, if that
mhm,
makes sense.
yeah.
So, so I had to learn, I learned on my feet a lot in that respect. But so then
Mhm.
you are challenged with your time boundaries.
Sure. And energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, yeah, your
yeah.
energy, your time, being able to, yeah, turn the phone off, that kind of, because
Yes.
people do have more access to us now, or they think they do. I should say they do, but
They
like,
do if we let them.
yeah, but I'm thinking like Facebook Messenger, say, like the
Sure.
business, I I purposely won't respond even if I saw something pop up.
Uh-huh.
If it's like
Me too.
midnight or it's like, no, I'm not going to respond to that. That they don't
Nope.
need, it doesn't need to be answered at this time. So, so yeah, like kind of putting things into those parameters, so to speak, like,
Yeah, and actually I think this segues into
mhm,
I'll share why I think it segues into
yeah,
Julia's
good
inquiry.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, Julia asked, what's a good strategy to use when you're giving a reading and the client is asking you information about relatives, yet your guides are telling you you don't tell her. You'll make matters worse. That happens. Um, so the way I think this relates is that it's about boundaries and it's about agreements.
Correct. Correct. It is, I don't know if you wanted to give your
Yeah,
point of
let
view.
me, yeah.
I'll let you
So
go first. Yeah.
yeah, so from my coaching slash leadership perspective, to me, this question asks the question like, okay, well, what are your agreements with those with your clients? Have you agreed to override your guides? Like, is that something that you're in an actual agreement with them to do? And
Hmm.
if you're not agreeing to do that, that should be clarified with your client, like from the get-go, like just so you know, one of the
Hmm.
things, this is how I operate. If my guides
Yep.
tell me to do something, that's the information I'm gonna follow. But to
Yeah.
be transparent about this is how I do this, so that you
Yeah.
don't have to navigate
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like off out of the gate, you just kind of, this is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Educate
do.
them.
Yes, like a lot of times in readings, because I did readings for a lot of my life, you
Hmm.
get, and it's one of the reasons I've shifted things over the years is you get people who have agendas.
Yes.
They show up and I want to know what this relative's doing, say, or whatever. And usually what I explain, and it's similar to what you, is I can only give information on what comes through
Hmm.
based on what I have permission uh, to receive based on your own agreements with these people. Like you said, like
Yep.
I can't go into their energy field because I don't have their permission, but whatever is in relationship with you, that information comes through. I kind
Mm.
of phrase it more graceful than that, but like I'm not going to be trying to answer questions I have no business answering, if that makes sense.
Because I imagine too, like there are not just imagine, but there are agreements that we have with guides.
Yes, and if my spirit guide, I between you and I, if
And
my
everybody listening. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, like I mean, I have lots of guides, but Mama Ruby's like what I call my gatekeeper. So if she's
Sure.
just like, we're not touching this with a 10-foot pole, I'm gonna listen to her because she knows something I don't, if that makes sense, or something that
Hmm.
so I do, because I've been working with her for so long, I trust her implicitly. I won't ask, well, what is it? Um,
Right.
it's more of like, if I don't need to know, she doesn't think I need to be involved in this, or she doesn't,
Right.
this is not for this, this isn't, or it's not something for them.
hmm
It's not
It has a
something that,
lot to do with trust, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. Sometimes those questions and the answer isn't going to be helpful.
hmm
It might not be a helpful answer, anything that's going to assist the person. And
hmm
so I trust my guides, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. I don't necessarily
But
come right out and tell the person, my guide saying you can't know this. I don't
no,
say that because, yeah,
no,
no.
that's gonna have impact, like
Mhm.
a negative impact. Like that's guaranteed.
I just usually am honest, like I'm not getting that information, right?
Yeah.
I'm not able to get that or whatever, or
hmm
that, that's not information privy to us right now, or what, however.
Yeah. And I know, like, even when I've been teaching classes, there have been times when I could go one way or another and
Yeah.
have started going down a road, maybe giving somebody input, and then going, nope, I'm not going down that road. I'm going to go this road instead. And sometimes I'll even say it out loud, like,
Yeah.
it's just, nope,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going this. I think this is a better route.
yeah. I started to also like, whether I've been doing this work for so long as a healer, that I
hmm
started to put into my description that like if a reading is really healing,
hmm
right? Like, because what I noticed, I think I've had conversations in the past with you in my coaching sessions. Like would have clients come in, they have a session with me
hmm
for a reading. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden I see them pull out of their purse like a paper that goes on. And I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's questions. What do you mean questions? Oh, well, so and so wanted to know if you could tell me if her daughter's going to be able to have a baby. Like things
Whoa.
like, and I remember that like, it happened with multiple clients,
Uh-huh.
but I have some I can remember. And I remember saying, like, this doesn't work this way. Like that, this appointment's not their appointment. I don't know them. Like,
Right.
why would their people even, because I'm, the medium, why would their people come to me? Or like,
Interesting.
this isn't how it works. Like,
Right.
the
Right.
appointment isn't for you to go check with everybody around you if you have a question. That's not fair to me. I remember
Right.
I said that. I don't think they knew what to say to me. Like, that's not fair to me. That's not how it
Right.
works. Like,
Yeah.
but people don't understand. They have a different, so it's just bringing that clarity, because I don't think that person had any clue that that was kind of rude, if that means,
Yeah. And just to,
yeah,
speak to Julia's question, I
yeah.
think a lot of what we do in creating these
Hmm.
healthy boundaries and
Hmm.
clear agreements with people has to do with educating. Like there's
Yeah,
going to
so,
be some education that needs to happen about what works best,
yeah.
when you're, providing
Mhm.
your services. Because they don't know, they probably just don't know.
They don't. And that's like, I know I'm saying that like I was complaining, but I realized like the person really had no idea that that
Yeah.
was inconsiderate, if that might
Yeah.
be, that's the word to use. Like, and have learned through the years, the more, I shouldn't say the more info, the better, the more I educate, the better. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, this is how a
Yeah.
session works. This is what I do. I won't do this. Or,
Yeah.
these things don't, it's not how it works. Or,
And
um,
sometimes there are things that come up that weren't originally addressed, but that's your
right.
opportunity to address them in the moment.
Like you said, you
Yeah.
can educate in the moment, like, okay, doesn't work like this, or,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I find like even just the difference in phrasing of it doesn't work like this, to shift it to it works best if it's like
yeah,
this.
yeah. It's in the moment, I think me, I'm pretty graceful
Oh, yeah,
when it
you're
comes to
incredibly
speaking to people.
diplomatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so I will, and that kind of do that, like in a way of segueing, like it's or putting me on the spot. I've been honest with people because they'll be like, are you getting this person, can you give me the name, or and then I'm like, as soon as you ask me that, I'm shut down.
Yeah.
Or so I'm like, it's better if you let me flow organically, and it
hmm
may come in through that without my knowing, and
Yeah.
that so the more you educate, yes, and but I would say directly to Julia. So you got to trust your guides and listen. And sometimes it doesn't mean you tell the person in front of you, my guides, you don't have to tell them the guides aren't show. I've had one woman just say it's not being revealed to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it's so that, uh, and if it's not being revealed to me, it just means that that's information that's not available for you at this time. Something
I
like,
wonder,
yeah,
yeah, I wonder too if there's a clarifying of the agreement with the guides. Like
yeah,
if there's something that you
hmm
don't want me to share with a person, please don't
yeah.
reveal it to me.
Yes, I have that agreement with Mama Ruby.
Sure.
Um, if she needs me to know something, she tells me. She's a
Hmm.
very direct guide.
Yeah.
Um, but there are times she knows that it might not benefit me to know. Does that make
Uh-huh.
sense? Like it's not whether it's not safe for me to know, whatever for whatever reason.
Hmm.
And but I've had that communication
Sure.
is such that she knows I trust her,
Right.
and she's a. Does that make sense?
It does. It
Yeah,
absolutely does.
yeah. So it's so some of it I know is practice too, because it's
Hmm.
hard too as a when you're in a session if somebody seems like they're just really wanting that information. Does that make sense? Or
Yeah,
uh,
it's almost like the empathic part will
yeah,
want to help them because they want
correct.
it so much. And that's where it's good to be clear in your own internal agreements,
Hmm
um, so that you don't, so you're clear on why you don't step over your own boundaries.
Correct. 100%. Yeah, yeah. But it's yeah, it is a thing. I Julia asked that, and it was a good question because it's a common thing in the field of readers
Sure.
or healers or coaches, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it
You
applies in so many service industries.
hmm
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, and I had learned through time too. Yeah, I'll let people know this is the type of reading, or this is how I work, and this is what you
Hmm.
can expect, and
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I, as I
That's
tell people, if if I get the winning lottery numbers, I'm not going to tell you. People ask that. It's like, seriously, you think if I got those, I'd give them to you? Like, I would go buy a ticket. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be doing readings anymore. I'd be living on an island by myself. So it'd be, if I got rich like that.
yeah. But I
That's
think
why I laugh because some people like don't think they're like, well, if you're psychic, why wouldn't you give me
doesn't
those?
work that way.
I was just like, well, there'd be no psychics if that was the case, because none of us would be doing it professionally. We'd just be rich somewhere.
Right, right.
Just laugh, yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
doing
But
other things. I'm teasing, like it's I just laugh. Like it did. I remember I said that to somebody and it did like they were like, oh. I was like, you never thought like wouldn't we go do it for ourselves? Like
oh my gosh.
it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it does drive home the point of how much education is necessary,
Yes, a
and
hundred
not
percent.
not just at the beginning of the relationship with a client, but ongoing.
Throughout time, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've had to do that with existing clients because it's I've had them, I call it pulling a sneaky. I go out to the waiting area to get them and they're not there. They snuck somebody else in without telling me. And that used to happen. And I remember one I just said no because they didn't even know why they were here.
Wait a minute.
They were just
I'm not following at all. So to walk me through this a little bit.
I just thought I was going in the direction of people educating your clientele, right? Because they don't,
Oh, other
there's
people educating your clientele?
no me meaning that like in this field, it's different than say going to like a doctor's appointment, right?
Sure.
Like if you had a doctor's appointment and you couldn't make it,
Hmm.
you would cancel it. You wouldn't offer the appointment to your friend and have them show up. That's
What?
happened to me. Yes, like where I'd have like somebody in the book, like say, oh, I have this person at 11:30. And
They
I
just
go
gave
out,
their appointment away to somebody else?
yeah, without telling me
Oh,
or asking
no.
me. And I had to learn, then I'm like, okay, now there's a new thing I have to educate people that these appointments are not transferable, that they're,
Right.
and it's like I have a waiting list. So if you can't make that appointment, it doesn't necessarily give you the right
Yeah.
to me. I have I'm not taking it's like, because I'm not taking new people, they would try to
Sneak in that way.
sneak them in.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it's like, but it didn't occur to them that one, that's just not good energy,
Mhm.
like, it's like kind of a couple times the person didn't know why they were here. They were told to show up, but they weren't into, almost like the person tricked them into coming,
Wow.
hoping I would, I don't know. And then
Ooh.
I have turned people away, like I'm uncomfortable with this.
Yeah, sure. And
Like
I
I'm
think that's
uncomfortable.
how
Mhm.
often how
Yeah,
like clients I've worked with for a while, their policies are going to get added on to over time because
yeah, yeah.
certain
It
things
was
like
like
if you
I
have
had to address that, and I remember some of them were really like, oh, like they didn't think it was a big deal, but it
yeah.
is for me. It's like it's my energy, it's my, um, you know. So if you just like that, or they show up and bring somebody with them, and I'd
Oh
be like, you
boy.
can't do that, like it's
No, like what if you were like scheduled with a massage therapist and there are two people now? Like that wouldn't work.
right.
It's like
Yeah,
for
it's
me as a
but that,
coach, like if all of a sudden if I weren't expecting two people, because sometimes I'll coach two people at a
of
time
course,
or
yeah, yeah,
but if I'm not anticipating that, like that's not going to
yeah.
be a shift I can do on the fly necessarily.
Correct. Yes. So it's just those kinds of assumptions. They think, oh, that's okay. Or yeah, it's um I find yeah, you encounter a lot throughout time. So it's
Yeah, and I think the more you get comfortable with that education slash boundary piece, it becomes more automatic over time and
yeah.
less I don't know, it feels less triggering to me. Now I can pretty much set a boundary
Mhm.
and it doesn't faze me
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I'm a lot more comfortable and honest now, and it's like I realize too, it's not my job to please everybody, or
No, it's not.
it's that's the old Jessica tape, so to speak. Mhm.
And one of the things that I always hold to, and this is sort of one of my spiritual concepts that I live by,
Mhm.
is that relationships require truth. That if we're in
Mhm.
a relationship with somebody, anybody, it could be like the clerk at the grocery store or, an acquaintance or our
Mhm.
significant other. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. But if we're in any kind of relationship with somebody, what that relationship requires is our truth. And
Yes.
so it's not just of benefit to us to extend our truth in a graceful way, but it's also of service to them because they need it for some reason. We don't need to know the reason, but they need that. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in a relationship with us.
Correct. Correct. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that excuse me, this might be a good place to wrap up because we had one more sort of a deep dive of a question that I think we
Yeah.
need to plan for more time for it.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yes,
Yeah,
I know which one you're thinking of. Yes. I think that could be the whole next episode, or
I think so too.
part of the next episode. Yes.
Yeah. So, just Ed, know that we're going to get to your question. It's like we want to devote enough time to it, and I don't think we'd have enough time this time. So you're you're on deck. Next time will be
Yes.
your
Yes.
episode. You'll be episode number 10.
Episode 10, and if anybody else has other contributions,
Yes.
like things they'd like us, Carrie and I, to talk about, we love getting suggestions.
Yeah, and ask for clarification. Like if we addressed
Mhm.
something, but it was confusing for some reason,
Yeah.
or we didn't quite address what you wanted answered, whether you're the person that made the suggestion or whether you had a question as a result of somebody's suggestion, like put it in the Patreon comments, put it in the, We
Hmm.
usually throw out a shout out to, hey, give us suggestions, or you can
Yeah,
just message us or email. We want to hear from you and we love your suggestions.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun doing our podcast. So
I know I love our podcast. Yeah, next time we'll be in double digits.
I know. It's hard to believe. It seems like we just started it.
I know. And I love how consistent we are with it. I'm proud of
Mhm.
us for that.
Yep, we keep with it.
Yeah. We've got a routine. It's working. That was another, actually, to go back to Laura's
Hmm.
question. One of the things that we did with this podcast is we really thought about what was doable for our schedules. And
Hmm.
even though I think that there's this should around podcasts that
Hmm.
they should be weekly or whatever the fuck, I knew I
Yeah,
couldn't do that. You knew you couldn't
yeah,
do that.
yeah. But
And so
it's doable and it's fun. It's like healthy for us.
it is. It gives enough time in between, with this 3 week distance. It
Hmm.
gives us time to really think about things and
Hmm.
also like one's done and I feel like I'm getting enthusiastic for the next one
Yeah,
when it's
yeah, yeah.
approaching. And
Hmm.
I even heard from Jim today. He's driving back from Canada today,
Hmm.
and he was saying, yeah, I've queued up your podcast. I'm going to listen to it
Oh,
on the
that's
way
so
home
cute.
because he hadn't listened to the most
Yeah,
recent one. So
that's so
it
cute. Yes.
gives people time to catch up.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So thank you everybody who's connected with this and who's supporting us. If you want to give us a little extra support, you can also always join on Patreon. I think we've got a couple of different levels.
Yeah,
If you want to throw us
exciting.
a few bucks to, we've decided that when we have enough money, we're going to go out to dinner. So I think we
Yep.
still have a ways to go. But keep sending your comments, suggestions for topics. And yeah, anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered everything.
I think so too. This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, final thought. May the
May the force be
force
with
be
you.
with you. Bye, everybody.